For this week's report, water restrictions remain in effect. Library to host community resource fair. Litfest to transform Folsom Tavern for spooky event. Chamber promotes back to local shopping program. The Planning Board reviews capital improvement plan. Household Hazardous Waste Day returns in 3 weeks. And aliens descended on Exeter for UFO Festival. For Exeter TV, I'm Gabe Perez, and this is the Exeter Biweekly Report. Let's get started. Good afternoon, Exeter. Thanks for tuning into the show today. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and like this video to help spread the word about the show and all things Exeter. For our first segment, a reminder about Exeter's water restrictions, which remain in effect.
The town of Exeter is now in Level 4 water restrictions effective September 5th, 2025. Due to the worsening drought conditions, the town has issued a Level 4 water use restriction as outlined in the town ordinance. This restriction bans most outdoor water use. Starting on September 5th, the following takes effect. No watering of residential landscape areas, lawns, or landscapes. No washing of vehicles. No washing down paved surfaces. No filling of swimming pools. These restrictions apply to water users on private wells and the public water system. More information about the water restrictions can be found on the town website, exeternh.gov. With the lack of rain and current conditions, fire danger also remains high. The fire department advises all residents not to do any outdoor burning until the fire danger decreases. No burn permits will be issued by the fire department at this time.
Curious to learn more about community organizations in Exeter? How they can help or how you can help them? Visit the Community Resource Fair at the library. We took a trip to Chestnut Street to learn more about the fair and other fun events and programs happening at the library.
Hi there, it's Condra from the Exeter Public Library here with some program updates. First off, our fall craft fair is Saturday, September 13th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Please note the time change. We've got 30 different vendors coming for this craft fair, plus our September featured artists, the Seacoast Modern Quilt Guild, will be there to talk about their works. On Tuesday, September 16th at 6 p.m., Emily Eve will be coming to talk about her debut novel, Blackthorn. This is a fantasy novel full of romance and revenge, perfect for anyone who enjoys Sarah J. Maas. On Saturday, September 20th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., the library will be hosting its first community resource fair. Come by the library and meet local partners and organizations that can help support you or you can help support. On Wednesday, September 24th at 10 a.m., the library will be hosting a presentation on Medicare fraud. Come learn how to recognize it and how to avoid it and stay safe. On Tuesday, September 30th at 6 p.m., John Bunker, an expert traveler, will be coming to talk about the do's and don'ts of traveling through the national parks. This is a great opportunity if you've ever wanted to learn about traveling. We hope to see you at the library for all of our fun events, from our gaming, our special events discussed today, and our children's events. Check out our website or come on in to ask questions.
Hi, I'm Julia Lanter, Director over at your Exeter Public Library, and I wanted to share some updates we've had over the summer with your library. Did you know you can now play games at the library? We have a new game collection with more to follow and an area in the library on our second floor that you now can play games with. So if you're looking for something to do on a rainy day in September, come on and check out a game like Really Loud Librarians and have some fun here at the library. Another new thing here at Exeter Public Library is our new Riverwoods Conference Room. You can come visit the library and use a classroom setting. And this setting now has a television, as you can see behind me, that you can wirelessly connect your devices to, as well as a large whiteboard for learning usage. The great thing about the library is there's so many ways to learn and have a community get together. And this is one of the many rooms we have available. We also have a large meeting room that holds up to 118 people, 2 study rooms, and a wonderful seating area with leather couches on this level called our mezzanine seating area. So if you're looking for a third place, someplace that's not home or work, where you can relax and enjoy a beautiful view of the river, come see what the library has to offer. There's room for everyone.
Sticking with the topic of literature, the Spooky Folsom event organized by the Exeter Lit Fest is just around the corner. We met up with 2 members of the festival to learn more about what attendees can expect.
Hello, I'm Dawn.
And I'm Renee, and we're from the Exeter Literary Festival.
And we're here to invite you to one of our most favourite events of the year.
Spooky Folsom!
So, what is Spooky Folsom?
Well, the best way to show you, Dawn, is to go back in time and look at some of the previous events.
So this year's event is on Friday night, October the 3rd, and will transform this historic Folsom Tavern into a haunted experience once again.
In the past, we've hosted a tarot room, a seance table, a cryptid slab, and more.
And this year, there's even more to look forward to.
First, a backyard beer garden hosted by Czars Brewing, perfect for soaking in the haunted vibe.
And you'll see some of the most clever and creative costumes in all of Exeter.
Of course, costumes are totally optional.
Even if you just wear a spooky t-shirt. Like this one.
You'll fit right in.
The past 2 years have been a sold-out event.
You must be 21 years or older to attend.
Thank you so much for supporting our fundraiser.
We'll see you at Spooky Folsom.
And get your tickets at exeterlitfest.com.
Boy, that was spooky. I hope nothing bad happens. With back-to-school sales in full swing, the Exeter Area Chamber of Commerce wants to encourage residents to go back to local when shopping.
At the core of Exeter, supporting its vibrant community are local businesses providing jobs for residents, giving the town its identity, and keeping money local. To help these businesses, the Exeter Area Chamber of Commerce is encouraging everyone to get back to local.
In the month of September, we are highlighting local businesses around the region with our 2025 Back to Local Community Connections event.
Throughout September, you can find discounts and deals at local businesses all over the area.
We are focusing on keeping dollars within the community. What this does is support your family, your friends, your neighbors with their small businesses, with jobs, and keeping those dollars local.
The money that you spend locally stays local. The businesses are local, they employ locals, they employ regional people, they spend their money regionally, they sponsor sports teams, and they keep their money local, and they care more about the community than obviously a national chain would.
For more information about Back to Local, you can head over to exeterarea.org to learn more.
Each year, the Planning Board reviews the town's Capital Improvement Program, or CIP. For more information on what's in the program and what it's all about, Dan Monchek has this recap from our Meeting Minutes series.
This is your meeting minute for the August 14th and 28th Planning Board meetings. Every year, the Planning Board holds 2 hearings to discuss Exeter's Capital Improvement Program, also known as the CIP. This program identifies capital needs of the town, like upgrades to water sewer, improvements in Exeter's parks, and addresses accessibility needs across town. The CIP describes these projects and how they might be funded over a 6-year period. In this meeting, the Planning Board reviewed this document and heard from town department heads about upcoming projects. The first department head to speak was Julia Lanter, the director of Exeter's Public Library. The library is seeking to establish a building maintenance fund of $75,000. Some of the pieces of the original library building from 1987, like pipes, HVAC, and the elevator, are beginning to fail.
The library, unlike other town departments, is responsible for the maintenance of the building, so that if something breaks, our funds are affected.
This maintenance fund would be used to repair and replace aspects of the building that are failing without affecting services the library provides to the town. Then the Director of Parks and Recreation, Greg Bisson, came in front of the board to discuss the Park Improvement Fund.
This fund was established several years ago and has actually made tremendous strides in improving our park system and really bringing us up to date.
Mr. Bisson went on to highlight several projects this fund would be used for, including Brickyard Park drainage and irrigation renovation, guardrail replacement at the skate park, restoration of Dan Healy Bathhouse, electrical expansion at Park Street and Gilman Park, and bench replacement at Park Street. The estimated cost of this fund for 2026 would total $100,000. After that, Exeter's DPW Director, Steve Cronin, and the Water Sewer Superintendent, Steve Dalton, were present to discuss several water, sewer, and DPW projects. The first topic covered was plans for a new surface water treatment plant. Mr. Cronin spoke to the condition of the current plant.
It served us well, but is well beyond its life cycle at this point. The treatment processes are outdated, they're very inefficient. We struggle to meet regulations for things like disinfection byproducts and manganese removal. So it's really time for us to look at a replacement of this facility.
This project has an estimated cost of $2 million for 2026. After that, Mr. Cronin spoke about Exeter's Great Bay Total Nitrogen General Permit. Part of this permit requires the town to develop a plan to reduce pollution from stormwater runoff. For this upcoming year, they are looking to replace the current street sweeper and create an enhanced sweeping program to meet permit requirements.
Essentially what it would do is try to quantify what we're picking up through sweeping, identify the sources of pollution, what we're removing, to be able to show within our permit that we are making strides to reducing nutrient loads in Great Bay.
Mr. Cronin said the current street sweeper is showing its wear and needs to be replaced.
They really have a 6 to 8 year life cycle.
Okay.
It's a piece of equipment that really takes a beating. As you can imagine, it's basically being sandblasted from the inside out on a daily basis.
Yeah.
So it wears down the metal components on the sweeper. Yeah. It is costly to fix. It's not the most reliable piece of machinery for us at this point, but it's something that we really need to be using on a daily basis.
Yeah.
So.
The new street sweeper and enhanced sweeping program would cost $412,000 for 2026. The next project discussed was the High Street cross-country sewer rehabilitation.
This project at $4.3 million roughly looks at replacing just over 2,600 feet of pipe and then rehabilitating an additional 2,500 feet of pipe. It's a substantial project. It's something that's really desperately needed in that area to try to help us reduce the I&I into the system.
The interim town manager, Melissa Roy, discussed the Capital Reserve Fund for ADA improvements. This fund is used to improve town facilities and infrastructure, including roads, sidewalks, and other pedestrian safety improvements, to make them ADA compliant and accessible for everyone.
We have a beautiful historic town, which comes with beautiful historic buildings, which don't always match the current ADA policy. So we can't do it all at once, we'd go bankrupt. And this was our way to chip away at it each year.
At the next meeting on August 28th, the board unanimously voted to recommend the draft CIP without any changes to the Select Board and Budget Recommendation Committee. The next planning board meeting will be held on September 25th in the Novak Room. See you there.
Up next, a quick reminder about the upcoming Household Hazardous Waste Collection event on October 4th.
Household Hazardous Waste Day will take place on October 4th from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. The annual event is an opportunity for residents from Exeter, Stratham, Newfields, East Kingston, Epping, Seabrook, and Southampton to dispose of unwanted household hazardous waste that cannot go into normal waste streams. Participants must register in advance. Visit the town website and event calendar to find the webpage with information about what you can bring, what you can't, and how to register. It only costs $15 to help offset disposal costs. The event is organized by the Rockingham Planning Commission to promote proper disposal of household hazardous waste. Water sources are vulnerable to contamination from improper use, handling, and disposal of common household hazardous materials. By participating in the event, attendees can help ensure the safety of our water supply. Learn more and register at exeternh.gov.
For our last segment, August wrapped up with the annual Exeter UFO Festival to commemorate the famous incident at Exeter, which happened 60 years ago on September 3rd, 1965 in nearby Kensington. We captured much of the festivities and have this highlight reel. A big thanks to one special extraterrestrial, Izzy, for flying around town in her UFO to capture additional evidence of intelligent life. If you want to see more from the UFO Festival, we'll be publishing our full coverage of the lectures each week on our YouTube channel, or watch them right now on Channel 6, Apple TV, Roku apps, or online at exeternh.tv. That does it for this week's report. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to help us spread the word. Head over to the town website and subscribe to the town email newsletter to get this show and other local news sent straight to your inbox. We will be back on September 26th for the next edition of the show. For Exeter TV, I'm Gabe Perez, and this has been the Exeter Biweekly Report. Have a great weekend, Exeter.
All right, time to pack up. Come on, Gabe, let's go. Gabe, come on, hurry up. Gabe, come on. We gotta get back to finish the video, Gabe. All right, I'm leaving.
Okay, that's fine.